Hi, I'm Reverend Jake Zabel, and welcome to Children's Bible Stories. Alright children, so today we're going to be doing another apocryphal story. And so this is a story that doesn't come from the Bible but comes from church tradition. Although there are some things in this video that we're going to discuss that do come from the Bible. So today we're going to discuss the calling of Simon the Zealot. So Simon is one of Jesus's 12 apostles. In the Gospels of Matthew and Mark, he is referred to as a Canaanian, that is, a citizen of the city of Cana. That is also the city where Nathanael came from, and that's the city where Jesus went with his disciples to perform the miracle of turning water into wine at the wedding of Cana. And so we know that Simon was originally a citizen of Cana. But Luke's Gospel also tells us that Simon was a zealot. And so you children are probably wondering, who were the zealots? Well, the zealots were essentially a terrorist group. The Jewish historian Josephus refers to them as the fourth sect of Jews. And so there were the two sects that we're familiar with from the Bible, the Pharisees and the Sadducees. There's another group known as the Essenes. They're never mentioned in the Bible. They were much more like a monastic group of Jews that lived out in the mountains near the Dead Sea. That's where the Dead Sea Scrolls come from. And then there's the fourth sect known as the Zealots. And they were originally founded by a man known as Judas the Galilean, who is mentioned in the book of Acts as a man who led a revolt against the Romans. And you see, children, this is who the Zealots were. They were a terrorist organization. They were fighting for Jewish independence from the Roman government. And so they were very naughty people. They would often go and kill Roman soldiers and destroy Roman property and steal Roman money. They were terrorists, rebels, revolutionaries. Guys like Barabbas, who at the crucifixion the Jews asked for instead of Jesus, he's described as both a murderer and a rebel, and was most likely a zealot. Also, the two criminals on the cross crucified alongside Jesus were also referred to as rebels. So they too were possibly zealots as well. So the zealots were very naughty people. They were rebels. They were trying to overthrow the Roman government through violence. And so that is the life that Simon lived. Now, according to church tradition, before Simon became a zealot, he used to be a merchant, and that he was born in Cana but moved to the city of Capernaum. And there is where he joined the group of zealots and became a terrorist. And according to one church story, one day, while Simon was out, possibly doing some zealotry work, or maybe planning another attack against the Roman soldiers, he was bitten by a snake. And he was dying. Oh, the snake bit me. Oh, it hurts so much. I'm dying. And as he was dying, Jesus and his disciples came walking along. And Jesus came and healed him. And when Simon got up and was healed, Jesus said, "Come, follow me and be my disciple." And so at that moment, Simon gave up his life of zealotry. He stopped being a murderous terrorist and he joined Jesus and now became one of Jesus's disciples, a minister of word and sacrament, a pastor. And so, children, that's the story of the calling of Simon. I've been your host, Reverend Jake Zabel. Goodbye and God bless.